Ladies and gentlemen, we have here not only a legendary singer, guitarist, and songwriter, also an American actor who has appeared in as many as 50 Hollywood films, along with several television series, hitting the Billboard Top 40 hits for a period of 10 weeks in 1983, wrote and performed Far From Over for the film Staying Alive, and will be appearing at the Chiller Theater April 17th through the 19th. Joining us live on the air is Mr. Frank Stallone. Thanks.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, great. Thanks so much for taking a few minutes out of your busy schedule to talk to us here on Cruising 92.1.
That's it, buddy.
All right. Well, now, from what we understand, you're a bit of a veteran to the Chiller Theater, right?
Yeah, I've been there quite a few times. It's a lot of fun, actually.
Now, for those in our listening audience who may not be familiar with the Chiller, would you mind telling us a little bit about what this convention is like?
Well, at Chiller Theater, it's just, thousands of people come through. It's mostly fans of people from, different genres of film, whether horror or action, things like that. So you do get a big cross-cut of people coming in. It's so it's really a lot of fun. I get to bump into a lot of old friends and things like that, so it's really good.
Well, since this is a horror movie convention, could you tell us a little bit about your own personal horror movie and or sci-fi movie experiences?
Well, I've done only a few horror movies, unfortunately, because I like them. I've done, I did that TV series Tales from the Crypt, which was quite a bit of fun. Did Return of the Rollerblade 7, which was kind of a quirky movie that's ended up getting its rounds about, and so things like that. But I really grew up in the horror films. Like I used to collect all the famous monsters of Film Lane mag and stuff like that. So I really kind of enjoy it. I just haven't been able to do it. I always get cast as gangsters.
Well, along with appearing at the Chiller and signing autographs and meeting with fans, correct me if I'm, but your band's going to be performing too, right?
Yes, I'll be performing. Yes, I will be performing. It'll be a lot of fun. So I'll be in the Jersey part. I'm going to do a Chiller. I'll be there from Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I'll be signing autographs, signing CDs, and I'll play Saturday night. And then from there I go down to the shore for a few days, hang out with some of my friends. And then on April 24th, I'll be performing at the Record Collector in Bordentown, New Jersey on the 24th.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, so if you want to look that up, you just go to MySpace/Frank Stallone Music, and you'll see all the details on that.
All right, and what can our listeners expect when they head up there this weekend to attend a Frank Stallone concert?
Oh, it's going to be rocking. A lot of guitars, a lot of good stuff like that. It's going to be quite a bit of fun. I'm really looking forward to it. Just got back from Minnesota, so I've been on a little bit of a tear, a little bit of a tour. So I'm having a good time with that. So that's what's new under the sun for me. So Chiller Theater's a lot of fun. I mean, I've had a really good time there. A lot of fans, and sometimes they know more about my career than myself.
That's great.
A lot of times. So
Frank.
I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be great.
Frank, this is Norm from the Pepper Paul Show. It's a pleasure to talk to you. You recorded and produced a lot during your illustrious career. Could you tell us a little bit about your latest album?
Well, my latest album, I have a few latest albums, but the one that's doing really well, and by the way, if people were trying to find my music, all they have to do is go to cdbaby.com or go to my MySpace, and you can just get it right on there. I have a Stallone on Stallone by request, and what that is all the songs that I've done in movies that in the early days, my brother's films, that were never on the CDs but were in the films, like Staying Alive and all that stuff, are all on one CD. And that's called Stallone on Stallone by request. That's all the stuff from Staying Alive, the theme from Rambo, certain songs that were in Staying Alive that were in the movie that never made it onto the album, because in those days it was vinyl, you weren't allowed a certain amount of cuts. And some outtakes and things like that. So that one, and I have another one called Heart and Souls, which is a lot of my acoustic stuff, which I really enjoy doing quite a bit. So I have those, and I'm getting ready to start up on my own reality series, which seems to be a lot of fun. So we'll see how that goes. Cross our fingers.
Now, a few of the tracks on Heart and Souls, I believe, were produced by the late Harry Nilsson. What was it like to work with him?
Oh, it was just a pleasure. He was just a very dear friend of mine. He was a next-door neighbor. He was just a wonderful, wonderful guy. And I was very fortunate. I'm the only guy he ever produced. So I'm very fortunate with that. And it was great in the studio because all these people, they used to play with John Lennon and Harry and all that stuff. So, Klaus Forman, Jim Keltner, Van Dyke Parks, all these fabulous people that I'd read about my whole life, starting up as a young musician. So, and of course, Harry passed away in '94, unfortunately. But he was a terrific guy. He was a great mentor, and he was just a wonderful man. So I was very fortunate to having worked with him. Yeah.
That is awesome. Frank, we also noticed you have another very interesting background as an amateur boxer. Are you still keeping up with that training?
Yes, I have a huge boxing collection. I'm, one of the top historians in the world on boxing, going back to the 1890s. But I still enjoy it as a hobby. I go to the gym, still hit the bag. Obviously, I don't get in the ring anymore, but I still hit the bag and all that fun stuff, and I have a great time doing it.
And how could you point out maybe to younger fans about getting into a physical contact sport such as boxing?
Well, boxing is it's a dangerous sport. It's kind of a sport that unfortunately is kind of outlived itself because now you have MMA, which is I don't like quite as much, but it seems like the young kids like it. The martial arts thing is taken off. But boxing is just a great sport if you really learn the proper fundamentals. To do it as a living, I don't know. I mean, you have to be a special person to do that. I mean, getting bunked in the head is not the best way to make a living.
I was
opportunities to go to college and things like that.
I was reading this online. Is it true you gave Geraldo Rivera a bit of a whooping?
Yeah, that was on the Howard Stern show in the old days, and I really did. I'd been retired for like 12 years. I didn't really want to do it, but it just between him and Andrew Dice Clay torturing me on the radio to do it, so I did it. I had personally nothing against Geraldo at all. He was actually a very, very nice guy, so I didn't really have any problems with him at all. But he came to fight. He was a pretty tough character.
Oh, that's great.
He came. He showed up.
He knows how to take a chair in the face. I'll tell you.
Oh yeah, he does. He does know how to take a chair to the face and a glove too. Not too bad. But he was a really nice. He was a nice guy, and I had nothing bad to say about him. He was nice to me, so that was pretty cool. But boxing's a dangerous sport. I mean, it is a full contact sport, and you can get hurt. So I would tell most kids out there to try to find another way to make a living.
Try chess club, right?
Try chess or something like that. That might help you out in the long run. But it's a rough game, And again, it's a game that really saw its peak during the the 30s and 40s when people coming out of the Depression and stuff like that. So now kids don't have more options. I mean, you make more in basketball now if you like basketball and things like that. But I've always loved the sport myself. When it's really good, when it's a good fight and it's really done well, it's quite fun. It's fun to watch. And like anything, if it's done badly, it's not that much fun to watch. like anything.
Frank, this is Norm again. You've appeared in many films throughout your career.
Yeah.
Do you have any new film projects that you're currently working on?
Well, a few here and there. I mean, the film business has slowed down. I have a movie I'm supposed to be doing in June. I don't remember the title, tell you the truth, right now, because I just found out about it. And then the reality show, which is what I'm really looking forward to work on. That's what I'm really looking forward to, doing that. And other than that, you take it on the fly,
Can you give us any kind of hint of what kind of reality show this is going to be?
Well, it's going to be about everything. My mother's going to be involved in it, and because she's a piece of work, so she's going to be involved in it, and myself. And just I've met some interesting characters along the way, I got to tell you. I've met some really interesting people along the way. In my trials and tribulations of the life of Frank Stallone, I've met some real characters. And that's what makes them funny. They really are characters,
Well, Frank, we appreciate so much you taking the time to be on with today. Before you go, would you mind doing us a favor and doing a promo for the station?
Sure, no problem. Hi, this is Frank Stallone, and you're listening to Pepper Paul Show on Cruising 92.1 FM, WVLT.
Great, Frank. Thank you so much for taking the time to be on the show with us, and we look forward to seeing you at the Chiller.
My pleasure, brother.
Hey, and the next time you're down by the shore, feel free on the way to swing by Vineland and stop in the studio with us anytime.
Maybe I'll do that. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Frank.
You
Okay, you got it, man. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.